I have been sending my girlfriend Starbucks delivery every couple of days, and it's started to cause issues at her work. For the last few months, I've made it a habit to send my girlfriend Starbucks deliveries while she's at work. I'm 28, she's 27, and we both have steady jobs and keep our finances separate. My girlfriend, though, is incredibly picky when it comes to coffee. She's adamant about no hot coffee, loads of milk, and always needs a bit of sweetness. A regular drip coffee wouldn't do it for her, so whenever she texts me saying her day is stressful, boring, or just slow, I hop onto Uber Eats and send her an iced caramel macchiato with a hefty splash of milk and usually a cake pop on the side. It's something small, but it's our thing, and I've really come to enjoy doing it for her. When she sends me a picture of her drink with a little heart or thanks me over text, it feels like I'm brightening her day, and that means a lot to me. This routine has been going on for a while now, and for the first few months, there wasn't a hint of an issue. She loved it, I loved doing it, and things were smooth. But a few days ago, she came home with this odd, hesitant look on her face. She thanked me, told me she really appreciated the Starbucks treats, and then paused, which immediately made me wonder what was up. She finally told me that a few of her co-workers, mostly other women in her department, had started to make snide comments about it. Apparently, they'd noticed the deliveries, and instead of just ignoring it or brushing it off, they'd started saying things like, "Must be nice to get spoiled," or "Some people just want to show off what they have." She tried to laugh it off, but she admitted that the comments were making her uncomfortable. She even overheard one woman say something to another about how my girlfriend seemed to be rubbing it in their faces. I felt bad, but also a little confused. I hadn't intended for this to become a source of resentment for her coworkers, but I get that workplaces can sometimes be breeding grounds for petty jealousy, and I suppose seeing someone else receive something nice every now and then could spark that in some people. Still, it bothered me that what was supposed to be a sweet, harmless gesture was making things awkward for her. She reassured me that she didn't want me to stop because she genuinely loves it. She said it breaks up her day, and on tough days it feels like a hug when I can't be there myself. But she was honest in saying that the tension with her coworkers was making her a little self-conscious about it. I wanted to keep treating her, but I didn't want to add stress to her work environment. So now I'm torn. Part of me wonders if I should just stop altogether to avoid any, further drama, but that feels unfair to her and to us. She didn't do anything wrong, and it's a small indulgence that brings her joy. Another part of me wonders if I should talk to her about spacing the deliveries out a little more, maybe saving them for particularly hard days so it's less frequent and hopefully less noticeable to her coworkers. I've even thought about other ways to surprise her, things that wouldn't be as obvious at her workplace. Maybe I could tuck little notes or her favorite snacks into her bag for her to find during the day, something less visible to others. Or maybe I could send her Starbucks, but at random times instead of during her work hours, so she doesn't have to deal with the commentary. In the end, this is really about her happiness. I want her to feel loved and thought of, even when we're apart for the day. I didn't expect that these small treats would cause such a stir, but maybe it's a good reminder that people's lives and relationships can be influenced by the simplest things, even something as ordinary as a cup of coffee and a cake pop. I'll keep working on this and talk to her to see if we can figure out a way to make it work without disrupting her day. Sometimes, the things we think of as little gestures end up being a lot more complex when shared in a world full of different personalities and dynamics.